So, when I was about 10 or 11, I used to go see my uncle, and he was a real cowboy. And his son was a real cowboy. And they would say, "You want to ride the horses today?" I'd say, "Yeah," and I'm watching them. I just could smell the horses, and I'm like watching them, you know, lead the horses, and I got to get on in one of these horses. And I remember my cousin or one of my nephews taking the hat and spinning it up on his head as he got up. And I said, "I want to learn that." So he taught me several ways to spin a cowboy hat up on your head. You can take it like this and just spin it up like that, or you can take it, grab the block and spin it around like that. And they taught me all these different ways, which I diligently learned.
Really?
I did.
Can you still do it?
I can still do it. If you give me a cowboy hat, I can still do it, as long as it's blocked.
I was going to say, we need one.
Blocked right.
Let's see this.
Wait a minute. I happen to have.
Demonstrate for us.
Wait a minute. Let me. I accidentally knocked.
Yeah, I thought it was the coolest thing, you know.
Oops. This is more of Rosalie's stuff.
Boy, she gave you a lot.
Well, these guys were all rodeo guys, so it was part of, you know, how they got up on a horse and they'd take their head, just spin it up there on their head. I was like, that's so cool. Of course, I was a little bitty guy, you know. Oh, there we go. That's a good blocked hat right there.
Yeah, this hat, I gotta tell you where I got it. This hat came from Will Russell from Funtown Mountain. He gave me this hat.
It's an awesome hat.
Yeah, he told me, I put this hat on, and Will Russell told me, he says, "Aaron, you're one of the best looking guys I ever saw."
I was going to say, we need a picture of that. Oh, no. Burt.
That's how I used to block mine.
It suits you.
It's a little bit down in front. That looks good on you, man.
All right, show us your.
Yeah.
So Will Russell gave me
Wait a
that.
minute.
That survived Funtown Mountain. If it hadn't
So
been
let
for
me see. I
Will
haven't
giving me
done it
this
in
hat,
so
it would have
long.
been lost with everything else.
Well, let's see if we can do this one first. God. I haven't done it in so long. Let me see if I can break it down.
Yeah, everybody, come on.
That's close.
Give it up. Whoa!
Well, it's...
See, my hat would, well, let me give my excuses first. My hat was curved in like that, so when I would spin it, when I would spin it, there we go.
Yeah.
You see, when I would spin it, I'd be able to catch it. So, okay, I'm going to knock everything off. Okay, wait. Hold on.
Wait.
Wait. I hit myself in the lip. Hold on.
Yeah.
Or you could take it like this.
You're going to need some salve for that.
Is it bleeding?
No, it's okay. Just put
there we go.
Yeah,
see?
all right.
See what I mean? Okay. And then if you can do that and then move it up towards your head, then you get like, and it just seems to curve around and boom, and it's on your head. But this hat's too small for my gigantic Cro-Magnon head.
I know it's
man, I used to sit and practice it so much. Oh, I'm going to knock that off. I used to sit and practice it in class, and they'd say, "Put the hat away."
I can see now. I have to beat that
up. I said friggin'.
Oops.
I'm sorry. I'm a vulgar man.
He's been in the adult world of entertainment.
I have. I've been spoiled.
All right. Well,
God! It hit me in the nose.
I hate it when I bonk my head.
Wait a minute.
Remember that song? That was good.
See, that was one of your greatest pieces.
That's why I got out of the way.
I was going through a hard time with that.
Oh, I know. I remember that. I remember you recorded that in my studio at my house. Just a little bedroom studio.
I remember sitting there and going, you know, I've got to reach down, you know. Aaron's counting on me. I don't know what I was going through at the time.
It's probably girls.
It was girls. And it wasn't that bad.
Let's start tonight's show with a show about girls. Do you remember? We didn't have the same restrictions that they have nowadays in terms of the things that you say about girls, for example.
Yeah.
Nowadays you have to be careful that you don't offend anyone with what you say.
That's true.
But back in the old
Hasn't it
days,
always been like that?
no, we were allowed to offend people as long as we didn't offend Rolf Kennard. Do you remember Rolf Kennard? We named Rolf the Wolf after him.
I
Yes,
know
I knew
you
that.
love that name, Rolf.
He was a big nerd.
The more I thought about it,
He
I said,
worked
that
for
was
Showbiz
perfect
Pizza
name.
Place,
love Rolf.
but he was one of the two guys that discovered me. Rolf Kennard and Andy Whalen came to the 1979. They were sent by Brock, and they came to the 1979 IAAPA, and they saw our exhibit, and they went back and told Brock about it. Rolf Kennard and
You
Andy
were skiing
Whalen.
with Brock at that time, or no?
No, skiing with him? No, we hadn't even met him. Right? We're talking
Oh.
1979.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And I wanted more than anything to take that contract from Chuck E. Cheese, from Pizza Time Theater.
Right,
Nolan
right.
Bushnell's. I had no idea.
No, I remember him.
Yeah. So anyway, they went back and told Brock
Bastard.
that there's much better animatronics out there than what you're getting with Nolan Bushnell. And then, so they helped me put together the deal with Brock. And then Andy and Rolf left Showbiz and went and started their own restaurant chain. And it might have been Major Magic, it might have been Circus, I don't know what it was. But it was one of those spin-off chains. They started, because they thought everybody's going to be making so much money. Instead of us working for Brock, let's go and start our own chain.
Yeah, let's go.
And they promptly lost their asses.
Yeah,
Like everybody else.
I remember we used to
Everybody.
do videos about him.
Rolf. Yeah, and he was not,
And what was the other guy?
honored.
The
Andy Whalen? Or you mean
other guy.
Brock? Rolf? Kennard? Andy Whalen?
The guy that you just mentioned. Not Rolf Kennard, not those guys, but some other guy that we used to just vilify on email.
Let's see. Well, I know Phil Cruz was a bad guy, but I didn't mention him
You
today.
just mentioned him a few seconds ago.
Andy Whalen, Rolf Kennard. Oh, Nolan Bushnell.
Nolan Bushnell.
That's who you're thinking about. Nolan Bushnell.
Wasn't he an enemy?
Well, he was never an enemy. He's the guy that started Atari. He started Chuck E. Cheese Pizza Time Theater, and he came and wanted to buy my animatronics in 1977. Then he asked me if he could buy my whole company in 1978, and then in 1979, that's when I signed the deal with Bob Brock.
Bob Brock. That was a
But,
safe thing.
but Bob Brock had signed a deal already with Nolan Bushnell. And so, but Nolan had told Brock that there was nobody else that made good animation in the world except for him. So he lied. And that's how come Brock canceled his contract.
Brock, but Brock was very impressed with you.
Yeah, he was. He was.
was.
He was a big fan. He was a very big fan.
He's a smart man.
Even when we had our disagreements, Brock he still was a friend of mine, and he honored our friendship, and he was a true friend to the end.
Because you always talk so highly about Bob Brock.
Yep.
And
Next to my dad.
holodomes
Next to my dad.
Yep.
Bob Brock's the greatest man in my life. And then comes you. But you weren't really.
Aw, that is so
That's
sweet.
crazy.
But I didn't really think of you as an older man. I'm
You
thinking
mean do the hat thing again?
The older men in my life were my dad and Bob Brock. And then there was Dries Elberg. But you were my mentor. You were the guy
Do it again, cowboy.
you were the guy that pulled me along and kept me
Well, no, I was going to
confident.
say that about you. You pulled me along.
You kept me confident that I
Because
could
I was
do
a
what I
little
was
chicken
doing.
shit creatively.
I was a chicken shit.
You weren't. You were not.
I was.
Well, you were less than I was because I was like,
I remember
where
one
am I
time.
going to learn the balls you have to do something creative like
I remember one time I had
You
recorded
taught me.
10 takes of this one song. I did 10 vocal tracks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I said, Sal, you got to help me pick the best one. And so Sal listened to my vocal track on 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4. He says, Aaron, it's like trying to choose between 10 pairs of brown shoes.
Yeah, like,
They're all the same. I said, no, they're not all the same.
Slight little differences.
Yeah. He said, there's 10 pairs of brown shoes, god darn it.
I would have put you on auto-tune back then, just lightly.
Uh-huh.
And
You know
we
what I
had
do
so
now?
much a better time because as soon as I heard my voice on auto-tune, we're talking like 10%, 11%.
Oh, no.
Very little.
1.1%.
Yeah, 0.1%. Where I put it in, and any bad notes I would I could actually see them on the screen and move them.
Oh, I've never done that.
Yeah, I actually moved a note that's a half step flat up to where it's supposed to be, and without sounding robotic.
Well, I do that. I touch my parts up now that way. When I'll sing a track, I'll touch it up, and that makes a big difference.
So,
but I don't
do
ever
that electronically.
I just do it in a section. Like for example, if my voice is a little out of tune for a quarter of a second, I'll just take that quarter of a second and raise it 0.1.
How do you edit that?
With the audio editor.
On what platform?
I use Mixcraft. The simplest, easiest.
Same stuff.
Same thing as easy though.
I do Cubase, which is supposed to be the next.
But it's not like assigning auto-tune to the whole song.
Yeah. Which you can do and make everybody sound like a robot. But what I did is I just used to correct a little bit. Recently I did Beach Boys. Did I send that to you?
Oh yeah, yes you did. I loved it.
And I just corrected a little bit.
But you know, I used to
parts by me.
I used to do that a different way in the old days. We didn't have digital auto-correction back then, or when digital correction of any kind, pitch correction. But back in the old days, what I used to do is even Shalisa, which sounds amazing.
Because you were down, I remember you.
I would have her sing multiple tracks.
Which was
and like for example, Tomorrow. You know, when you listen to her performance of Tomorrow, it sounds like a beautiful one take.
Yeah.
But really, it was 10 tracks, and I was putting in, her best.
But that's what was done at the time. I didn't even know that. You took several takes from one person.
Where
she'd be the best.
She'd be in tune on one track and not on another track, and I took her best tracks. But of course, she was much more in tune than I was. I genuinely had sometimes 50 tracks that I had to choose
50
from.
tracks? No, you kidding?
Yeah.
Of Shalisa?
No, of me.
Of you?
When I recorded. Yeah. And even now, like for example,
50 of you, I can believe that.
Yeah.
He wanted it right, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, like for example, I Will. Who knows how long?
Oh, you did a great job on that.
Well, it's 50 tracks, and then the best of each track kind of punched in.
Came out good.
Came out
good. But a little bit of auto-tune would have helped you a lot on that.
Oh, yeah.
And then to double it artificially would have.
In fact, you know what? I cringe every time I hear that song.
Why?
Because there's one note that's still flat.
You still want to go in and fix it.
It's this one. Who knows how long I've loved you?
That one?
You. It's a liu. It's just a hair flat, except I double tracked it. So one of the tracks is flat and the other is right on, and you can hear it.
So you can hear the tremolo effect between the two?
and it bugs the hell out of me.
He was always such a
Perfectionist.
Good. Perfectionist, yeah.